It's this that obscures my plans with words without knowledge. Brace yourself like a man. I will question you, and you shall answer me. Where were you when I laid the Earth's foundation? Tell me if you understand.
I'm waiting for your sorry ass in the afterlife.
Good morning, Wasteland. STGP Radio, your beacon of hope in this crimson-soaked world, huh? It's week 2 of season 1, and boy, are things getting intense.
Sniffles, you said it. We're right there with you, fighting this plague, both in the game and in real life. I swear this bug's hitting harder than a doomsday elite.
Coughs. Tell me about it. But hey, we got to push through, right? For all you Wasteland warriors out there, we're going to break down what you need to know to survive and thrive this week.
Right on. And a big shout out to everyone dealing with this crimson plague. Don't forget to use those healing items and check on your alliance mates. We gotta have each other's backs.
So right now, in this moment here, I make the decision to just not miss. That's a decision that you can make. It's got everything to do with a personal victory that you decide whether you're going to take right now in this moment or not. Many people won't understand that. Fuck them. People don't have to understand. You'll understand what I mean, because this moment here, you're not about to do this forever, so fucking enjoy it whilst you can.
Now let's get down to business. Week 2 is all about one thing: virus resistance. You need it for everything, from capturing strongholds to taking down those nasty Crimson Legion attacks.
Exactly. It's the foundation of your strategy this week. Those protein farms and virus research institutes, make them your top priority. Pump those upgrades like there's no tomorrow.
And why is virus resistance so important, you ask? Well, it's simple, folks. It all boils down to city capture. This week, level 3 and level 4 cities are unlocking, and you need a serious amount of virus resistance to even think about taking them on.
Think of it like this. Virus resistance is your ticket to expansion and domination. The more you have, the further you can reach, the more territory you can control, and ultimately, the more rewards you can snag.
And speaking of rewards, let's talk about this week's missions and events. First up, we've got the Hero Promotion, starring none other than Mason. We're talking about bumping him up to Ultimate Rare or UR status. That's right, folks, UR. It's a 42-day grind, but trust me, it's worth it.
Now here's the catch. When you promote him, Mason gets reset back to 3 stars with his skills back at level 1. But don't panic. Your EXP level stays the same, you get those skill medals back.
It's like a fresh start with all the experience you've gained. But there's another twist. Re-promoting him back to 5 stars will cost you double the shards, a whopping 1,600.
So if you're trying to optimize your shard usage, keep that in mind. But let's be real, it's Mason. He's worth every shard.
Absolutely. And while we're on the topic of heroes, let's not forget the Level Swap EXP event, also running for 42 days. This is your chance to get experimental, folks. Swap the EXP levels of 2 heroes and see what kind of crazy combinations you can come up with.
Remember, the star rating stays the same, so you're free to play around without any long-term consequences. It's like a test drive for your hero.
The There's a fine line between right and wrong.
Now for a very important announcement. Listen up, folks. The Crimson Legion is coming for our Alliance cities every Tuesday and Friday, and they ain't messing around. They're hitting us hard, regardless of protection status.
We're talking 30 waves of increasingly powerful enemies, 1 minute apart. It's going to be a real test of your Alliance's coordination and strength.
But here's the good news. We'll get a heads up on their targets, so you can prepare and fortify your defenses. And trust me, those rewards for a successful defense are something else.
Absolutely. The further you make it, the better the loot. But here's the other side of the coin. If your city falls, it takes damage. And if that durability hits 0, we'll say goodbye to your city. It's back to the Crimson Legion for a whole 7 days of forced protection.
So basically, don't let it happen. Now let's shift gears for a second and give some love to our newest recruits. A big Wasteland welcome to Paprick Rizmaster, Wolfman, Jack the Tastic Tudos Africa, and KT Churrace V. Hope you're ready for some action.
And while we're at it, let's give a massive shout out to Lucifer, the best sniper and helicopter pilot we got. You're an inspiration to us all.
Keep up the amazing work, Lucifer. You're a legend. And another big thank you to T. Gay, our Season 1 specialist, for all the behind-the-scenes support. We appreciate you today. You're the backbone of this operation.
Now, before we move on to the juicy stuff, I gotta ask, anyone out there having trouble with gene combination? It's a new feature, and we know it can be a little confusing.
Yeah, break it down for us. What's the big deal with these gene shards and mutant crystals? Why should we even care?
I'm glad you asked. It all comes back to our good friend virus resistance. You see, when you combine those gene shards into a mutation crystal, you can use it to boost your protein farm upgrades.
Okay, I'm starting to see the connection here.
Exactly. Stronger protein farms lead to faster Virus Research Institute upgrades, which means more virus resistance. It's a chain reaction that leads to ultimate power.
So how do we get our hands on these precious gene shards?
Easy. Just do what you do best, Wasteland Warriors. Radar missions taking down amber zombies and eliminating those doomsday elites. Collect all 6 types of shards, combine them, and boom, mutation crystal.
If you're missing some shards, don't sweat it. Just hit up your alliance mates and see if they're willing to trade. Remember, teamwork makes the dream work.
Absolutely. We're all in this together.
Have the gates of death been shown to you? Have you seen the gates of the deepest darkness? Have you comprehended the vast expanses of the earth? Tell me if you know all this.
Come on!
All right, Wasteland, we're back and ready for more Season 1 action. Still battling this Crimson Plague, both in the game and in the real world. You know what I'm talking about.
Coughs. Yeah, double whammy this week. But hey, that's life in the Wasteland, right? Always got to be ready for the unexpected.
Speaking of unexpected, let's talk about those level 3 and level 4 city unlocks. These are prime targets for expansion folks, and they come with some sweet rewards, but they're not going to be easy pickings.
Right. Level 3 cities became available for attack on day 4 of week 2. But to even declare war on a city, you got to control those adjacent military strongholds.
Those strongholds are like the keys to the kingdom. And don't forget, you're going to need a hefty amount of virus resistance to capture those strongholds in the first place.
Yeah.
It all circles back, folks.
It's all connected. Speaking of connections, level 4 cities, those unlock on day 7 of this week. Start strategizing now.
Coordinate with your alliance, scout out those strongholds, and make sure you've got enough firepower and virus resistance to handle whatever those infected defenders throw at you.
And while we're talking strategy, let's not forget about those Crimson Legion attacks. They're still hitting our alliance cities every Tuesday and Friday, and they ain't showing any signs of letting up.
30 waves of pure chaos, folks.
Yeah.
You gotta be prepared to defend. You gotta work together as an alliance. Communication is key.
Absolutely. Make sure you've got a solid defense plan in place and be ready to adapt on the fly. Those Crimson Legion guys can be pretty unpredictable.
What is the way to the abode of light? And where does darkness reside?
Now, for all you train plunderers out there, just kidding. We're not going to name names this time. But seriously, folks, if someone's messing with your hard-earned resources, let us know. We'll put them on blast. Or at least offer some moral support.
We're here for you, Wasteland warriors. Whether you're battling the Crimson Legion or dealing with some shady train thieves, we got your back.
And before we sign off, we got to give a shout-out to all the STGP leadership out there. You guys are the glue that holds this whole operation together.
Absolutely. To all the R4s, the officers, the strategists, and everyone who's stepping up to lead, we salute you.
And a special shout-out to Dano for hitting HQ level 30. That's a huge accomplishment, Dano.
Major congrats. You're a true Wasteland warrior. And to all our new R4s, Booger and Shiny, welcome to the leadership team. We know you'll both do an amazing job.
And let's not forget about all the individual players out there who are grinding, strategizing, and making a difference. We see you, and we appreciate you.
You're the heart and soul of STGP.
All right, Wasteland warriors. It's time for us to take a little break, but don't touch that dial. We'll be back soon with more intel, more shout-outs, and more Wasteland wisdom.
And remember, stay vigilant, stay hydrated, and, most importantly, heal each other.
And we are back, folks. STGP Radio. Hope you enjoyed that little break there. Got to inject ourselves with some more of that immune protein. Stay healthy out there.
Sniffles. Oh yeah, that stuff is the best. And speaking of the best, we're going to keep things rolling with some more Wasteland wisdom, get you guys ready for week 2 of season 1.
Yeah, so before we wrap things up, I want to go back to that gene combination.
Yeah.
We touched on it a little bit earlier, but I think it really deserves a deeper dive because it can be kind of tricky, right? Especially for newer players.
Yeah.
But it's so important.
It really is.
Especially with all this focus on virus resistance.
Right.
So if you haven't gotten into gene combination yet,
you're missing out.
Let's break it down for you.
Okay, so the basics.
Yeah.
You get these gene shards from all kinds of activities. Radar missions, taking down those amber zombies, eliminating those doomsday elites.
Doomsday elites, yeah.
Classic Wasteland stuff. So you got to collect all 6 types of these gene shards.
6? All right.
Catch them.
And then when you combine them, bam, mutation crystal.
That's what we like to hear.
Which does amazing things for your protein farms.
Tell me more.
Boosts those protein farms.
Which
means more protein.
Faster virus research.
Faster virus research, exactly.
And more virus resistance.
It all comes back to virus resistance, yeah.
It always does.
So gene combination, it's not just some side thing.
Nah.
It's actually like a secret weapon.
It's true.
For boosting your overall progress, especially in this crazy Crimson Plague season.
Now I'm thinking some Wasteland warriors out there might be missing a shard or 2.
It happens.
It does happen.
Right. So if that's you,
you're not alone.
Hit up your alliance mates. Yep. Teamwork.
See if anyone's got an extra.
Trading is caring, after all.
Exactly. It's all about helping each other out.
We're all in this wasteland together, folks.
We're a community.
That's what STGP is all about.
More than just an alliance.
It's a family.
A family. We look out for each other, right?
Right. We share.
Yeah, share the knowledge.
Share the resources.
Support each other.
Never leave anyone behind.
Never.
So, all right, Wasteland Warriors, that about wraps it up for this week's Deep Dive.
Can you believe it's already week 2?
Time flies when you're fighting a pandemic, I guess.
That's for sure.
But hey, we're going to be back next week.
We'll be here.
With more intel, more tips, more shout-outs.
More Wasteland wisdom.
So until then, keep those protein farms pumping. Keep that research going. And most importantly,
heal each other.
Heal each other. This is STGP Radio, signing off. Stay strong, Wasteland Warriors.
Understand this. You're either in or you're out. And if you ever make the mistake of crossing him, know that his silence isn't surrender. So warning.
Voices in my head again, trapped in a war inside my own skin. They're calling me undone.
I know how my story ends. It's at the edge of a blade or the barrel of a gun. So the question is that going to be today?
In the shadows they thrive, doing the things no one else dares, shouldering the burdens of darkness to keep the fragile facade of order intact. But men like him don't just survive in this world, they scar it. And maybe, just maybe, that scar is exactly what's needed.